Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a real-life cyber heist. This isn't a movie. This actually happened, and it drained the savings of countless people in Mumbai. We're going to dissect the whole thing, show you the playbook these digital criminals use, and most importantly, give you the tools you need to protect yourself.
Okay, let's dive right in. The setting for this is Mumbai. And we're using this recent case because it's a perfect example of how these incredibly sophisticated scams operate out there in the real world. And make no mistake, this wasn't just some small-time operation. Investigators straight up called it a sophisticated investment scam. We're talking about a huge, coordinated network that was able to trap victims from all over the country, across multiple cities.
So, the big question is, how did they pull it off? Well, every good con, every successful scam, it all starts with the right bait. Let's break down exactly how these guys lured people into their trap.
It was pretty much a textbook operation, a three-step process to groom their victims. It all started with something you and I see every single day, ads on social media promising these unbelievable returns on your money. From there, if you showed interest, you were invited into a private Telegram group. This makes it feel exclusive, right? Like you're in on a secret money-making club. And then, the final hook. They flood the group with fake screenshots showing these massive profits. It's purest psychological warfare. It triggers that FOMO, the fear of missing out, and creates this powerful illusion that this is a real, can't-miss opportunity. So once the hook is set, that's when they start building the trap. It's all about methodically lulling their victims into a false sense of security, turning all that excitement into the perfect setup to strike. And here it is, the classic bait and switch. First, the bait. They get you onto this slick-looking demo trading app where, magically, you start seeing small initial profits. It feels real, it builds your trust, and it's all designed to make you think, hey, I should put in some real money. And then, the trap springs shut. After you make a big deposit, one of two things happens. Either the platform suddenly shows catastrophic losses, or even worse, withdrawals are just completely blocked. The money is just gone.
And we're not talking about small amounts here. This was absolutely life-altering money. People lost anywhere from 50,000 rupees to several lakhs. For a lot of them, this was their entire life savings, just vanished in an instant, into a ghost platform that was never even real to begin with.
But the cruelty, believe it or not, doesn't even stop there. Even after they've taken the main investment, the scammers have the nerve to go for one last shakedown. They reach out to their panicked victims and say, hey, we can release your funds, but you have to pay this extra tax or some made-up processing fee. It's just a final, cynical attempt to squeeze every last rupee out of people before they disappear for good.
So, the scammers vanish. Is that the end of the story? Not quite. This is where things get interesting. Let's switch gears and see how investigators started following the digital breadcrumbs to unravel this whole complex web.
Here's the thing you have to remember. Nobody is a true ghost online. The police started following the trail, and they focused on three key things. First, the money itself, the financial transaction trails. Second, the IP address logs from the fake websites, which are kind of like the digital return address for any internet connection. And third, the communication records from those messaging apps they used. And all this digital detective work led them to a whole network of what are known as mule bank accounts. Now, this is a really key concept in money laundering. A mule account is basically a regular bank account that's being controlled by a third party. The criminals use it to move stolen money around. The cash hops from one mule account to the next, often getting converted into cryptocurrency along the way, which creates this incredibly tangled web designed to hide where the money really came from and where it's going.
Okay, so you've seen how they operate. That's half the battle. Now, let's open up the cybersecurity playbook and talk about how you can actually protect yourself from this kind of thing.
All right, these are the golden rules. You got to remember this stuff. First, if you see an ad on social media that promises incredibly high, guaranteed returns, it's a scam. Full stop. Legitimate investments always have risk. Second, always verify an investment platform on your own. Do your own research. Never just click on a link they send you. Third, those screenshots of huge profits, they are fake. They're so easy to create, and they are designed to do one thing, manipulate you. And here's one more tip. Watch out for pressure. If they're rushing you, saying you have to invest now before it's too late, that is a massive red flag.
So, there you have it. We've deconstructed this whole operation, from the psychological tricks they use to lure you in, to the complex way they try to launder the money. Their playbook isn't a secret anymore. Which leaves us with one final and really important question. Now that you know exactly how they do it, could you spot the next scam?